Friends, let us observe this surgery and let us discuss the thoughts that I had while doing this case. We can see that this is a hard cataract with mid-dilated pupil. Size of the pupil is about 5 millimeter at this time, or 4.75 millimeter. And the patient is under topical anesthesia. The patient is diabetic for the last 10 years, 70 years old lady. And I have started the case. The eyeball is tilted to the right side a bit. The patient is not able to keep the eye straight. However, she is trying to cooperate as much as she can. By this time, I have made the incisions and stained the capsule with trypan blue dye. And now I fill up the anterior chamber with visco, and I use 2% HPMC even in cataracta nigra. I don't have any reservations for this, but this is the visco which works very well, and I don't feel the necessity of using chondroitin sulfate in my surgeries. But you can use chondroitin sulfate. It gives a bit better protection to corneal endothelium. But if we use visco twice, like at the beginning once, and then after consuming one heminucleus, if we inject one more time, then it's fine. Now, why I am applying this B-HEX in this case? Because though the pupil is about 4.5 to 5 millimeter, this pupil will be very small when I start chopping and when I start emulsifying the pieces. And the patient is under topical anesthesia. The patient is having diabetes, so the cataract is going to be leathery, hard cataract. So all these factors together guided me to use this B-HEX: topical anesthesia, hard cataract, mid-dilated pupil, which is, I am sure, will go down while I chop and emulsify the pieces. Now, once we apply the B-HEX, then we are sure that the pupil will be maintained at that dilatation throughout the surgery. About 5.25 millimeter pupil I will get always. So I am trying to divide the nucleus, and it is leathery. I am using my submarine chop technique. I come to the other side, and I could divide the nucleus completely into two heminuclei. Now I divide this heminucleus into two pieces and then emulsify part of it, and then emulsify the other piece completely. This piece is still attached to the other heminucleus a bit, and now I make a chop on the other heminucleus and emulsify this piece. This video, this recording is running at a higher speed, 33% more than the real speed. Ultrasonic energy being used is 85%. It is set at 85%, but it is being controlled by foot. Sometimes I'm using only 50% energy, sometimes 70%. So it depends on what is there in front of the tip. If it is a hard piece, hard matter, I use more energy. If it is just epinucleus, less energy. It's like that. And during emulsification of the last piece, I decrease the parameters. Initially, the vacuum was 450 and flow rate 45, and during emulsification of the last piece, it was reduced to 300 vacuum and 30 flow rate. And now cortical cleanup is done with the help of a 23G Simcoe cannula, and in this case we have selected a single piece monofocal intraocular lens. Whenever I use B-HEX, I usually fill up the anterior chamber and capsular bag with visco, again 2% SPMC, and then inject the intraocular lens. Here goes the lens. The lens is in the capsular bag. After placing the lens in the bag, I inject some more visco, orient the lens in such a way that I can go behind the lens and clean visco from behind, and then I take the B-HEX forceps and remove the B-HEX ring. You can hold any flange which is above the iris, pull it centrally and again go to peripherally. The whole ring comes in the anterior chamber and just gently pull it out. No injected device is required. This B-HEX is a beautiful device. We are fortunate in India to have it, and all credit goes to my friend Dr. Suben Bhattacharjee of Kolkata, and he made this device in his laboratory in Kolkata, a small room in his apartment. The beautiful thing is there is no joint in this device and no injected device is required to apply and remove this B-HEX ring. It's very thin, can be used in shallow anterior chamber, and the hexagonal shape is the best thing to protect the sphincter pupillae. If we use the 4 square device, then there is more stress on the geniole by those devices. Here we conclude the case. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope this video will give you some insights into this surgery. Be a great surgeon and serve your patients with love, respect, compassion, and great surgical competence.